Hello and welcome to Diego TV and day 17 of Grey Wolf's walk across America. Hey Ron, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Diego. Thank you for asking. So today we have returned to the spot, which is the 76-mile marker, to continue on with the walk across America. And we're just getting geared up, getting ready to go.
Got a radio for you. So if you need to
We're getting set up to walk out the door here right now. Check that. So,
test.
check. So, well, we got a special thing today. We have another Tom, not Mr. T. Tom. We have another Tom that is going to walk from 76-mile marker with us back to the Cold Spring Station. So we have a walk partner this morning. So we're gonna have fun here today. This is a short mile day. We are going, I believe it's 6.1 or 6.2 back to the Cold Springs Station Resort, and the owners of the property there have been extremely gracious. They've got great food. They've got everything there. In our little RV park, they hooked us up for 2 nights for the RV. So it's nice to be able to do the dumping and all of the water and the showers. And wow, let there be some light on the subject. How about that? Tom's getting everything ready to go. So all of our odometer readings, I'm sure you'll get that over to Joe, correct? I've got, Abby's got a new friend. Of course, Abby, as you know, just loves people.
Start time, you gotta hit it 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock is, so we're just a few minutes. We'll be a little bit short of that, probably, just a couple of minutes. We'll call it 4 a.m., but it'll be just a couple of minutes off. So, exciting morning. Looking at the stretch going back, we got some areas where there's no shoulder, so Tom's going to be literally in the lane right behind us and protecting us as we walk back towards Cold Spring Station. And blister update, it's doing great. Almost to a full callus, so we'll be able to start progressing through the high temperature, high humidity mornings. It'd be nice when Weather Cat wakes up and gets in here and gives us a weather update. And some of the forecast, I think we may have rains later on. So by then we should be back at Cold Spring Station, and we should be relaxing and getting ready for tomorrow, where we'll leave Cold Spring Station and we'll continue east towards Austin. So that'll be the key. I'm going to put my cup up.
I'll find it when we pull back in after I run over.
Tom, Mr. T lost his glasses yesterday, and they were found this morning, but right behind the motorhome, right behind the Beechwood. So it was like that. So don't know how many. I'm sure we got some East Coast folks out here this morning on. I'm going to put this in the sink. Excuse me. Hey.
Yeah, we got cold water in the fridge. Brought 2.
All right.
Power on your other one.
Check power on my other one. Power's up.
Right on.
Yeah, we got power up. We got a full gimbal. We are ready to do it to it.
All right, brother.
All right.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll this party. Let me put. Oh,
You made
I've already started Strava. Thank you for letting me know, Joe. For reminding me. I'm going to start the walk app on the phone, and app is going on the phone. So we are ready to rock.
Yeah.
Careful on this one, Tom, coming out.
Maybe along the way.
First step here is a doozy. All right, Tom.
You gonna get the step? Or you...
It's not out.
Okay.
All right. Set the camera. Set the headlamp back. Make sure everything looks good that way. There we go. Add one more click to do. All right, let's turn this camera around here real quick. I got you, Tom. And look at that. We have got it ready. So we'll start off slow, and that's once we get everything warmed up, we'll pace into it. So Tom, how are you doing this morning?
Beautiful morning.
Great. Excited to walk with somebody finally.
My honor, believe it or not. I'm looking to walk. You want the outside or inside?
I'll walk inside here. It's fine. I'm going to come into the inside the fog line here. There we go. All right. So this has been something that I've been waiting for, is to have somebody to be able to talk to, walk with, and I keep saying it's going to come.
Oh yeah.
What do you say there, Diego?
I say pretty interesting that you found somebody where there is no there over there.
In the middle of nowhere, yeah.
There's no there over there. Yeah. So yeah, it's once we get into, we're finding out a few things about Austin, and we're going to have to contact the sheriff's office of Lander County, coming up out of Austin. We talked with George, the owner of the resort, Cold Springs. We talked with him, and he was informing us that you got to be real careful coming up out of Austin. Of course, I remember that from driving truck through there. And said, you got a big rig coming down that hill. That's a blind curve times 2 or 3. And they take up all the lane of both lanes coming around those bends. So we're going to have to work with the sheriff's department to ensure on the morning that I leave out of Austin that we've got good coverage for letting people know, whoops, slow it down, don't be coming around those bends full on, because there's going to be walker or walkers. So we'll work with that. Okay. So Tom, what do you think of the state of the country?
Kind of rough.
It's in rough condition.
Yeah.
So
What the hell's going on?
yeah, what the hell is going on, right? So this walk is all about bringing awareness to people on what to do.
I was going to ask you, because I haven't watched you. I watched one video.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of curious what the overall mission is.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, I'll trade you spots if you want to do that, because that way you can be heard a little bit better, I think, right, Diego? And I'll walk the line that way. Anyway, yeah, the walk is about a raising of awareness and on what's going on with the government and what can be done about it.
Right.
So,
Is there an end goal?
yes, there is. The objective is to end the state of emergency.
Wow.
In ending the state of emergency, it's the basis, it's the foundation of which the government is using to build this huge building. Mandates are just one floor of this building.
Yeah. Kind of what started under Bush.
Well, in 1976, Emergencies Act was put together to allow for the government to be able to come in and help when there were times of emergency, earthquakes,
Right.
hurricanes, you name it.
It was 9/11 something.
No, that was something different. But in 1976, obviously 9/11 hadn't occurred yet.
No, right.
But the
different emergency act, though.
Right. Okay. So when the declaration in the prior administration, when the COVID-19 came out, there's now a declaration utilizing that act from 1976. And given the government the power to be able to basically suspend our rights and subvert entire components of our constitutional freedoms. So to say, we're in a pandemic, you're going to do this, you're going to do that.
And they're only supposed to enact that just like during the immediate emergency. And
that's right.
Rescind it after.
That's correct.
But they're just permanently holding on to it.
That's right. It keeps renewing, and they use it as the foundation for this building that they are building to spend billions and billions of dollars under the guise of it's best for the country. So the objective is to end it.
When they set it up this go around, how long did they set it up for?
Well, it has an automatic expiration, okay, or one can be put to it, and it keeps being renewed. And so when the current resident renewed it on the 18th of February, and I've got some feelers out to see if it's been renewed again. Say again? Was somebody talking to me? I guess not.
How often do they look at it, you know?
About every 90 days or so.
Okay.
90 to 120 days.
So they actually have to go in
and renew it.
Re-sign off. And
yep.
Who does that?
The president.
Okay.
So it keeps being renewed. Now, Trump invoked it the first time around when he was faced with the announcement of the pandemic. Right. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
However, when things started turning south on the understanding of everything, it was like, oh boy, whoa, what's going on here? When it started being utilized for everything, for the government to basically take over. And that's where we have to remind them who they work for. But we can't do that. I used an analogy yesterday of the Confucius and his sons, and as to where we are in this. And the story was something that was read to me when I was in like the first or second grade, where he had his three sons together and discussing about who would take over his riches when he passed away. So he took a bundle of sticks, took a bunch of sticks, bundled them together, tied them with a couple of strings, and put them in front of his sons and said, the one that can break these sticks will receive my riches. Well, first son tried and tried. Couldn't break the sticks. And then he hands the bundle to the second son. And the second son tries and tries, hurting himself trying to break these sticks, slapping it over his knee, the whole thing. But the third son hands the bundle to him. He undoes the bindings and breaks the sticks one at a time. Broke all the sticks.
Yep.
So I use that analogy in the reverse sense, into saying that I, as one American, am equal to one of those sticks. So I can be broken. My voice can be removed. But if there are many of us, they can't be broken when we are combined,
Right.
when we are bound together.
You know, it's funny. I was going to say something about that analogy when we were driving down the road here to the drop-off point, where when you're a single guy driving along with RV and stuff, you're a little skeptical to make decisions about where to pull off, this and that. But you get two together, and the decisions become so easy.
That's right. You start hearing a single voice with the many voices and the many ideas.
Yeah, we have that. I mean, we got Fauci and a couple other single voices out there, but
Yeah.
yammer, and it gets old and people tire of it quickly.
Right.
Kind of like the January 6th riots, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. The insurrection. Yeah.
Yeah, the one where the FBI,
Set it up.
you know, brought the people in.
Yeah. Invitations.
Yeah.
Invitations. Yeah. So, so we have an overall systemic problem in the country of complacency. Someone else will take care of that. And where you have people who are out there, like you, like me, that are saying, we got to do something about this. But the big question, that three-letter word, how? So I met with Senators Cruz and Johnson back on March 8th when I was on Capitol Hill. I met with 5 different congressmen. And then we went to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I met with Doug Mastriano. He's running for governor there in Pennsylvania. He's a state senator. And talked with him for a minute. Talked with 2 other state senators there as well. So the one thing becomes apparent. That it's not about any one voice. As an individual, the stick that could be broken. It's about the many voices that become the single voice so loud that it can no longer be ignored. And in my conversation with Senator Cruz, and he came out to Hagerstown, where we were, and he said, keep up the fight, Ron. Because it's about the people. And I used the analogy in my meeting with them, with the senators. And the analogy was, for them, the truck drivers of the convoy, that the truck drivers are nothing but the tip of that battle spear. But that the blade, the body of that spear, and then the staff of that spear were the people. And that's what needs to be grown. Bring the people to complete the battle spear against the tyranny, and then hold them all accountable for what they have done.
Right.
So we're left with, how do you get past mainstream media narrative? You're looking at it right here.
Yep. Yeah, how do you get coverage, anything? I mean, it's the pushback on their side is so intense that people just give up. Their
hopelessness is profound.
The pushback, like the results of an election, or anything like that, they just shove it back.
That's right. Oh, no, don't look at the man behind the curtain.
I mean, they could turn you off in a week.
Yep. So we've gone to creating streams of context. Since mainstream media won't do their job, we utilize the tools that we have in today's technological breaks of your YouTubes, your Facebooks, well, they can turn us down there. But we have Rumble, CloutHub, Gab. We have all these other platforms. So we start utilizing those platforms. And right now I'm streaming on 4 of them at this very moment. So now people can come in and they can decide for themselves what they see and what it means.
Right.
They don't have to have an anchor sitting there telling them what it means, like you have with mainstream media. If you had this at every one of the counting stations, you would have undeniable evidence that something was wrong. And people would be screaming. And when the media comes out and says, no, there's nothing to see here.
Yeah. What you need is the news media to pick up like these, I don't even remember what the word they used, but these convoys of people coming through Mexico.
Caravans.
The caravans.
Mm-hmm.
You need a caravan, people to join in.
Like this.
I mean, if you had a caravan, 5,000 people marching to D.C. from here, could you imagine?
That's the idea.
The racket,
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll give you an example for the convoy, the trucking convoy.
Right.
We left Adelanto, California on February 23rd. Mm-hmm. And interestingly enough, you can have a 4-car accident in a town, in a city, and before you know it, you'll look over to one side and you'll see one of those vans with a satellite boom sticking up there, and a reporter live on the scene.
Oh, yeah.
We left Adelanto, not one news truck. Okay. By the time we got to Oklahoma, we had state troopers of Oklahoma waiting at the border for us. Joined in. They escorted us all the way across Oklahoma. They had a helicopter, their state police helicopter up there. And they reported back, the helicopter, an estimated 7,000 vehicles and 30 miles of length.
Wow.
Didn't hit a single news station.
Yeah, I was involved in a convoy back in the spotted owl days.
Mm-hmm.
When the truckers all went up, blocked up
Up in Oregon, yeah. Or Washington.
This was in Seattle.
Yeah.
But we just went from Olympia to Seattle, caused a bunch of havoc with traffic.
Go ahead, Mama.
I was surprised how many people just joined in on that.
Oh, Husky Mom, thank you so much from North Virginia. Oh, wait, no, North Virginia? West Virginia. Northern Virginia. I was going, wait a minute, wait, it's West Virginia or it's Virginia, but okay, Northern Virginia. Husky Mom, thank you so much. Thank you, Sonny. So there's chatters in the stream right now on YouTube, and they're expressing their feelings. And so we have a screen named Husky Mom, who's in Northern Virginia, saying she's so happy to see that I have a walking companion this morning.
It's my honor. I'll say that.
So there's many people out there that have been monitoring feeds, monitoring these streams, and there's been concern, and I'm saying, look, don't focus on the beginning, focus on the end. That's a friend of mine told me that.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. We've got a little bit of precip going on, but not bad. Nothing we can't handle.
Feels kind of good, actually.
Actually does. A little. It feels almost like a misting. You go to some of these outdoor events in the heat, they'll put these misters up where you get to walk through the misters to cool off. That's about what it feels like.
Let me know if I'm walking too fast. I got a longer leg.
I try to set the pace on the walk. You know, people are watching the way the camera moves and looking at my gait. And so with my blister, I've set my gait kind of right at a pace that works well. Now, Tom shared with me that he's had knee surgery. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Right.
So he has, was it a torn meniscus?
Yep.
Torn meniscus in his knee. And so there you go with the determination of an individual to be able to get up and walk. So here we go. Mile number 1 achieved, 15 minutes. Thank you, Tom. And that's almost on track with my walk monitor here. I'm currently at 106 beats per minute and 21 feet, 41 inches of altitude climb per mile. Miss Parker in Indiana, thank you for that. I appreciate you. I'm just glad I'm getting these blisters under control.
Oh, yeah. Probably about the third day, you were probably super miserable.
Yeah, the second and third day was the roughest with them. And they calloused over already, but then, you know, you get into the days where, hey, I feel good. And I put out 16 miles.
Overdo it, yeah.
Overdo it, and whoop, there's 4 more. So I talked with Tom yesterday morning. I said, you know what, we're going to take it easy on the mileage stops. If we only do 8 miles, I'll be happy, because we'll be able to go and let my feet basically heal up for the remainder of the day till the starting of the next. And once I've got the blisters totally under control, then we'll start powering back into it.
Yeah. What route are you taking?
So we're taking Highway 50 all the way through Nevada to Delta, Utah.
Okay.
Then we're going to go on to Highway 6. We'll go up 6, paralleling 15, into Spanish Fork, Utah.
Okay.
And then 6 shares the pavement with 89 now. So we'll head out of Spanish Fork up into the Colorado Rockies, Utah Rockies, really.
Is that mostly high elevation?
That'll start a big elevation change
what you
there.
get there, but
Yeah.
until then.
Yeah. So we'll take it easy out of Spanish Fork, Utah, and we'll go up 689, 6/89. We'll go up to 191, which will cut and go north to the Uinta Basin. And
Not familiar with that.
yeah, it's
Is that in Colorado?
no, it's still Utah.
Still Utah.
And you got the Blind Frog Ranch. You've got Skinwalker Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
All of those are in the Uinta Basin.
Okay.
So we go up. That's there's a lot of history that 500 years ago they believed that Montezuma had fled from Mexico with his riches up to that area and then hid his treasures somewhere up in there. They found a lot of evidence that there's been someone of a Montezuma up in that area. They found carvings and stuff like that, petroglyphs, that kind of stuff. So those ranchers are looking for oddities, you know.
Right.
Blind Frog Ranch, and Dwayne and his folks, they found caves. You know, well, they drilled down 80 something feet and found a tunneling system, but they've got to evacuate the poisonous gases out of there before they can enter. So
you're kind of cut through the middle of the country.
Yeah, right straight through. Anyway, we go 191. We'll catch US 40 up there, and then we cross US 40 into Colorado. It's Colorado Rockies there. Then back down 14 into Fort Collins, Colorado, and then over to Sterling, where we pick up 6 again in southern Nebraska and cut right across the bottom side of Nebraska. Then we'll work our way down to 40 again, and then 40 goes right through Indianapolis. Continue on that, it goes through the heart of Columbus, Ohio, and stay on 40 pretty much with a deviation here or there into DC. So
I can imagine the first week walking alone was probably pretty nice, just to get your thoughts together and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But at what point did it start getting to where you were getting tired of walking alone?
Actually, I haven't been alone, even though I've been alone.
Right.
So
yeah, you've got all the comms and
yeah, I've got all the communications going on, and you know, this pack. I've got 3 different battery packs going.
And you're talking a lot, so I guess.
Yeah. So keeping the stream up. We've got people coming in a few days, support group, and they're coming in. They're bringing supplies, and they're bringing a bunch of stuff, and they're bringing their kids, and so they'll be here in a couple of days. I'll have some 11 and 12-year-olds with me too. So coming out, it's always been hey. At first, my fear was I was going to arrive in the capital of Nevada, Carson City, and there's not going to be anybody there. Sure enough, I got there. There's nobody there. But a good friend of mine had said, Ron, don't worry about that beginning, because it's the message and it's what you do across that will bring the end to what you need. And I took that to heart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're in it for the long haul here.
So Tom behind us is saying, build it and they will come.
Yep. People care, really.
Good morning, Hope Faith. Doing great this morning. Almost got a complete control over the blisters now. Have a walking companion for the 6-mile shot this morning. And as the sun comes up, we'll be going past the ruins of the old Pony Express area, the Overland Express area, and East Gate. We'll be able to show you some of those ruins this morning, because the sun should be up just about that time. It'll be coming up enough to where we get good camera video of it. A lot of history on this highway.
Yeah, there is.
Behind us are silver mines. Back at the Sand Springs Pass, which is right there by Sand Mountain.
Uh-huh.
There's still an active silver mine up there to this day. Don't trespass.
So I've never been out to the little sand hill out there.
The Sand Mountain?
Pass?
Yeah. There's the climb.
Road keeps going past the sand dune?
Yeah. The sand dune is called Sand Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And as you climb that first ridge there heading east, that's Sand Springs Ridge or Sand Springs Mountain. And at the top of that mountain, up on the right, just beyond the bluff, is an active silver mine. So, and out here, Austin, lots of gold. Still. You know, they call this the Lincoln Highway.
The loneliest highway in America?
That's the loneliest highway in America, but this is
the
Lincoln Highway. And you know why? Because Nevada, the battleborn state, I should say. Battleborn state of Nevada was fast-tracked into the Union, into the United States, its Constitution, by the Lincoln administration in order to fund the Union Army. Battleborn. So the silver and gold of Nevada and the Lincoln administration bringing it into the several states of the Union. That's why they call it the battleborn state.
Be darned. Learn something new every day.
So we tip our hats to the 1863 crowd that worked hard, that numbered in the thousands in these little ruins areas to mine that silver, to mine that gold. Austin, Eureka, Virginia City behind us, and feed the Union Army.
I went to Virginia City a couple days ago.
Were you?
Yeah.
That's the Comstock area.
Yeah.
They started going into that area.
Is that the first place they found gold?
Yeah, they found gold up there, but they had a problem with no water. So they couldn't run their standard sluices like they were doing over on what is now Highway 49 up there. And they started in coarse gold, California, but you had Coloma, which is above Sacramento up there, was the first place that they had found gold. You know, that's where they were trying to mill some wood, some timber, for a guy who had a ranch up there in Yuma, the Yuma area, up off of what is up in the upper side of 49. And when they were having problems washing the
overburden or whatever.
Well, they hit bedrock.
Okay.
And they were trying to get the mill, which was powered by the water, through a trough that they had designed to run the sawmill.
Uh-huh.
So they took you hear the coyotes?
Oh yeah, I was looking out there for mine.
Yeah. So they're communicating. So they took dynamite to the waterway.
Wow, that's how they found it.
To make it so that the water would flow better. And so the next morning, after they let it run to take all the sediment from the dynamiting, they found all this metal in there, golden metal. He collected it in his hat. And he took it over and says, "Look at this." People were biting on it. It's malleable. I think this is gold. So,
wouldn't that be nice, huh?
And it was. It was gold. And the strike was on. Miners from all over the place started going into Coloma. And the thing of it was, that was in 1849. Okay. So they called them 49ers.
Right.
And so you had the 49ers Trail, which weaved its way from up at the Yuba River all the way down to what is Coarse Gold today. And today they named it Highway 49. And that's where all the gold mines were. But then you had the Army, the U.S. Army, because down in Monterey, California, which was the first capital of California before Sacramento, they were still working on gaining California boundaries from Mexico. So they didn't want Mexico to know that they'd hit gold. They had a gold strike. So they kept up the facade that there was no gold strike in California. And they sealed the deal to have California become a state. And then they sent the Army up there to check it out. And several of the officers decided to stay and become miners, work their own claims. And then they left that area and they moved over to Virginia City. And they bought up a lot of the claims in Virginia City in the Comstock. And they started converting that to what is known as the Comstock lode. But the gold is a lot finer, not as easy to see. So they had to produce methodologies, design methods to be able to extract the gold. They're following us over there.
Yeah, history is incredible, you know, and just the idea that they're trying to change the history books, and not that they're trying, they are changing them.
Yeah. They're canceling out anything that could be perceived as a bad thing.
These kids growing up today, the rainbow children, and I don't like to use that term, but I don't know what else term to use, but between school and college, they're turning these kids into a bunch of sissies.
Yeah.
With no information or no real accurate information.
That's right. They're not shown. There's non-existent when it comes to civics and social studies.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're being indoctrinated and have been for decades. U.S. history isn't really taught the way it should be, if at all. That's true.
Yeah.
One coyote he's being very vocal over there.
He's not showing his eyes, though.
Yeah, he's not showing his eyes up, is he? We're at 1.8 miles, almost at the 2 mile mark.
Yeah. How's your foot?
Good. So it's doing great. But yeah, we need to change all that. You know, they've been for decades trying to find a way to keep the people from understanding what the government's truly doing.
Right.
And to keep history from repeating itself with governments in the past from around the world. If the people get full understanding of what's going on, history shows the people rising against and removing their governments. That's history. So, if you can take over the communication to the people, whether that be newspaper in the day or people just talking around campfires, up to high tech, the internet, high tech, TV, if you can take it over and change the narrative,
that's a big machine.
That's a big, huge machine. And you brainwash those that are watching. So, I haven't watched TV in a very long time. So people need to turn the TV off and do some research.
I certainly don't want no civil war, but, you know, I don't know what it's going to take to get people to get to the point where they've had enough.
We're in a cold civil war now. The division has been created. Okay?
Yeah, the lines are clear.
They're clear now that they're creating. But what people need to really watch out is for a second revolution. Because a civil war really pits the citizens against the citizens.
Right.
You know. But a revolution, say again? Semper Fi, Ma and Pa Kettle, thank you for coming in. Thank you, Mama. So, we're in a cold civil war right now. But we need to cool it down even more. It's the revolution, the second revolution, that we should be more concerned with right now. You know, if you really look at it,
do you consider that a federal?
That's a government. What do you think about what the revolution was back in 1776? What was it for? It was to remove the United States, the Declaration of Independence, and remove it from the crown, King George III of England. Okay, that's what that was for. Become independent from the crown and to be its own nation. So the revolution was against the crown, against the English. Okay? So a revolution is when you're denouncing your government, those that are taking control over you, like King George III, if you will. Whereas civil is the people, where we had a split. If you look at our Civil War, we had a split, right? We had the Confederacy, and we had the Union. So that's what Civil War is, because now you had brother fighting brother. Okay? That was civil. But the revolution is against the government. So we need to have resolution before revolution. You know, the cry of Paul Revere and the Redcoats are coming. That started at the same time as the shot heard around the world, created the U.S. Revolution. Thank you, Brad. Thank you so much, Brad. I appreciate that. Casey Mallory, welcome to the house this morning. So, go ahead, Sonny. Sun Honey. Good morning, Sun Honey Studio. Welcome to the Wolf Den. I'm corrected. I apologize. Thank you, Tom. You're just back there snickering. I know it. So, really, when you think about it, what did Paul Revere do, Tom? What Paul Revere did, what's that?
I'm not a history buff.
Yeah. Paul Revere had brought knowledge to the people that the Redcoats were coming, the British are coming, the British are coming. And the farmers back in Boston, the farmlands around Boston. It's time to pick up your muskets. The revolution is here. And that's what he was doing. So the Redcoats were trying to find Paul Revere, and that one lieutenant that fired his weapon, missing Paul Revere, that's the shot heard around the world.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to wake the people up. We need to prevent another shot from occurring. Paul Revere was trying to bring the people awareness. It's time to pick up your muskets.
They were ready to die for it.
And they were farmers.
Yeah.
You look at the First Continental Army.
Yeah. Not that they wanted to.
They loved what this country meant. Yep. And so here we are again. Higher technology and still trying to wake those people up.
And higher technology creates many more differences.
Yep, many hurdles. Because now they can hop in there and say, oh no, don't look at the man behind the curtain.
Look at the switch, you're gone.
Yep. Yeah.
Putting all the money into it.
Mm-hmm. All for their shares and stocks. Great. So, really, that's what it comes down to. So we're sitting here right now, and it's a 2,800-mile walk instead of a horse ride. Okay. Thank you. Who was that? Kim Robbins? Jim Robbins. Gotcha. Good morning. Welcome to the Wolf Den this morning. No. It's such a beautiful time of day when the sun's just getting ready to peek over the mountains. Yeah. Makes you feel real good. Pushes you right back, puts a little more effort into it. Have you got any questions there, Diego? Diego is asleep at the post.
Oh no, I'm here.
There you are. I need to wake up Weathercat and tell her to get me a forecast, huh?
She'll be there soon.
I know it. About the time we're done, she'll check in.
So how did Diego and Texas get involved?
So all remnants of the convoy, as the convoy was ending, I saw that we needed to continue the movement that it was creating. And people, by the millions really, that had come out across the bridges as we made our way east, had to be continued. So that's when I decided that the walk was coming. Diego had come into my stream and invited me to a panel. He holds panels he scheduled the panel to be Saturday night. So I went ahead and went into a panel just after the convoy. So we've been kind of working together since. So I say what my movement is that I'm working on is for the America first. So someone else needs to concentrate on getting the word out, because I'm mindful of the globe, of the world. So Diego has a large audience around the world. So we're simulcasting on Diego TV. He has a lot of the folks, Germany, Australia, what else there, Diego?
Holland, Philippines, Spain.
So New Zealand, countries that are waking up, people are waking up. My focus is on the United States. Australia and New Zealand were in the house the other day, yes.
Oh, Australia is already in the house.
Australia's in the house this morning. Good morning, Australia. Who do we have from Australia there, Diego? Is it Robert?
We got Robert and Melissa.
Yeah, Robert and Melissa, good morning.
Not Robert, Rick.
Rick. Yeah, I'm sorry. Stand corrected. We're on this grade. I think this is the last one before we actually start going down into. No.
Feel it a little bit.
Oh yeah, you can feel it. And when you're talking, as much as I'm talking, it takes the wind out of you.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have the news helicopter flying over, 1,000 people behind you.
Right? A Forrest Gump moment.
Where they couldn't ignore it.
Yep. And that's the goal. We'll get there. We'll get there. It's not the people that are asleep necessarily that I'm looking to get behind me here. It's the people who are already awake that are going to help wake people up. Right. Those are the people. I don't need to convince them to come out and walk. And the slogan, the tagline, if you will, walk for a mile or walk for a while.
Yeah, they don't have to walk all the way to the road.
Nope. Just
walk from one town to the next for one day.
Walk for a day, that's right. I envision a shuttle bus coming out, bringing people to the walk line, and then going up to the 1 mile mark, waiting for those who need to take a break, keep going up in 1 mile increments. Letting people on and off the bus walk a little more.
Don't give up.
Yep. Yeah, there's no giving up for me.
You know, with social media nowadays, take off so fast.
Yep.
You know, it might just take one spark in the nude for people.
Oh yeah, we're working on some leads. We have a press release up on the website under the news tab. And for those of you that are in the streams, you go to www.GreyWolfRon.com www.GreyWolfWalk.com. And you can help by downloading the PDF file out of the news tab of the press release and emailing your newspapers and your TV stations and your radio stations and all of those folks. Yeah, I think that Joe has been texting Wendy Bell the daily blogs. I think. I can barely hear you.
Looks like we temporarily lost him, but he'll be right back.
Copy, Diego.
Yep, coming in fine.
Don't know what happened. The web portal just went bye-bye. Okay. So I'm using Verizon on it right now. And then back there in the Beechwood, we've got a T-Mobile hotspot. Oh yeah. Who you use? Yeah. Yeah, it was spotty. I still have Discord in my ear, so that's on Verizon. So I still got some kind of service. May not be enough to push the stream.
Yeah.
But we got someone coming here next week that's going to be bringing a Starlink system. So we'll set that up in the Beechwood on the dashboard.
What do you think of Nomad?
Never heard of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be the #1 global travel. It's $149 a month.
Huh.
And they pick up more stuff than anybody else. There's a couple YouTubers that use it. They swear by it. But again, they also use T-Mobile and Verizon.
Yeah.
You know, for backup.
Yep. Well, I had AT&T. They didn't like how much data I was pushing.
Yeah.
When I was in Hagerstown. So we're working pretty good on Verizon.
I know I'm sensitive. Like I got Verizon hotspot. It's funny, every place I went, it works.
Yep.
But I started off with 50 gig. I went to 100. Now I'm at 150.
I'm on unlimited.
Well, mine's unlimited too, but they give you 150 gig before they start throttling it.
It depends on where you are and how much service is being required from other users. So if other users aren't using it, I still get through pretty good stream. So I'm way over. I think I'm 300 plus gig. And just
for what you're doing. Yeah.
for what I'm doing. So.
What's your thought? I know on this iPhone, I'm new to iPhone. I've had it for almost a year, but they're really pushing to sign up for the 5G plan.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, 5G to me, I mean, I've got the one in my pocket, the 13. Slow down. So, this is an 11 here, but I have a 13 in my pocket on 5G.
You're comfortable with it?
Well, I'm not. I don't like the idea of 5G and its frequency base, and its Chinese development, because it's pretty much all Huawei. So, connection, CP, and all that. But you can get the phone and you can turn off the 5G transmitter.
Right.
But that doesn't say for what's the rest of the phone. But one day they're all going to see what's going on. On that, I got to be careful, or they will cancel my streams.
Oh yeah, you got to think about every word you say.
Yep. I think we're going to have a beautiful sunrise in these clouds.
Probably the biggest thing I don't like about 5G is facial recognition. Ship has already sailed, but whether you turn on facial recognition or not, they're using it every time you look at it.
Yeah, and that's actually not just 5G. That's actually the scanning and the phone itself.
Right. But 5G is going to make it so instantaneous. It'll pick you out of any crowd.
Yeah.
Back of your head, just
Yep.
your feet or anything.
Yep. That's happening on everything from the 10 up iPhones.
Yeah.
So as far as the wind noise, folks, that'll be handled in a few days with a new mic system coming in. There's nothing that can be done about that until then. Yeah, we're at 3 miles. In 1/10 of a mile, we'll be at 3. We're at the halfway point. So we'll see if we got a wide spot up here. We'll take a quick break. And that way we'll get a little sun so we can see the ruins. And we can dry out that foot in the blisters and keep from overdoing it again. I think we got a spot at the top up here, Tom. Yeah, we just passed 79. Thank you. Tom says we both look good.
Watching me wobble all over the place.
Well, you're doing great for your knee. Gotcha. Know that. Yeah, I was pushing 5 and 6 miles between breaks. It was like, take your shoe off, take your sock off, and you go, damn it.
Yeah. I always go back to the military when it started getting tough because that's when it was really tough.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yep. No. So you were in service?
Yeah.
You were in the Air Force, was that?
Yep. 85 to 89.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was out by then. You were in the Special Police? Security Police, I mean? Yes, please.
Yeah, I spent most of my time in Montana.
Ooh, yeah. So Tom is an Air Force vet who's walking with me this morning, guys. See if I can see a spot up here. Stay in my lane.
Well, there's no traffic right now. Yeah, most of those guys don't slow down, do they?
No.
Passing.
I think we got a wide spot right up here.
Oh, yeah, right there.
It's hard to see what the declination is on it. One coming. Who says that? Darlene, good morning. Yeah, I think we've got a transition from bank, negative bank, to positive bank a little bit up here. Or at least a bit of a wide spot right here by the caution. Yeah. Just put your left wheel on the white line here, Tom. Okay. So you're going to be keeping a little bit into the lane and flashers going. You can come a little bit more over. A little more. A little bit more. There you go. Now straighten it up. That gives him some sight. That's perfect. What do you think?
Yeah, throw some LEDs up there. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to change all the...
Right or something that's...
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you. What you doing? Scoochie. Stay. You stay. Let Tom in. You let Tom in.
Yep, just a minute, baby, and I'll take you out, Abby.
Stay. stay. Here we go.
Hang on. Yeah, man. Well, halfway point in an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a. I think this thing is overheating.
What?
This fan?
Oh, it might be. I don't know. They're running for a long time.
Yeah, it's been running for days.
Yeah.
I think it might be finally saying, I'm old, I'm feeble. There we go.
Yeah. Odometer's about 2 minutes long at 3 miles.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
A little bit of spritz out here. No, not really.
Yeah, but some more of a mist.
A couple of light drops.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Pick up Con about the door.
I'm going to pause it right now. Thank you. Apple Watch is paused. All right, so far burn is 357 calories. And so we've got whew, 3.18 miles. I'm going to go use the facility real quick. Oh, overshoot. But there's a new human. Yeah. There's a new human, huh? Well, it's bored already. We're getting used to it. Yeah, she's getting used to it. Huh? My wife like that's a pit bull, like that. Right? They got 2 iron on. They got 2 iron on. Some of the sweetest dogs I know are pit bulls. Since she was 6 weeks old when I got her, and she always wanted to fight. So I started popping her in the nose every time she tried to fight. So now she just mouths. Yeah, she doesn't bite. Just a little. Yeah. That just brings a little feeling back into your thumb. Yeah. No bite. So. Yeah, nice carpal tunnel. This is a hand, but they wanted to do it on this hand, but I couldn't do that for 6 months with this hand. I move this for you. Come up here. What do you think? Yeah. Hey, be cool. That goddamn light runs a long time. Which one? That flashlight? Yeah, it's still cool. Yeah, yeah. I think it might be getting nice. It's right underneath there. So it's like, got one, but this one here, I'm not even worried about peeling. I was worried that it would keep peeling. See, this is why I could dry out. See how it's like being in the swimming pool for too long. Shoes getting damp? Yeah, I must put shoes. Yep. Let things dry out a little bit. That's what I do during the breaks. What I figured out is, I think there was a couple of days where we powered through, what was it, 6 miles I did before break or something like that. And I think that was on the 16-mile day. Yeah. Yeah, the day that we were going into Sand Mountain. And so we had 16. We had that first day out of Sand Mountain, that 4-mile climb. And that was an average of 2.5 miles, so 2.2 miles per hour. Down that climb for 4 miles to the top. And when I got up there, I had a new blister here. This is all callous. You know, here, there, one here. I was like, looking at them. Why?
Are you putting different insoles in, or you just start?
No, and see, I'm using the Skechers waters, aren't they? But they're not gels. I don't want gels because gel will heat.
Oh.
The gel will heat up and it'll start to have a different viscosity as the gel gets hot as you step. I mean, it was one day I'd taken my shoe off, I had one shoe off, he was out smoking a cigarette, he'd come back and he's taking it off. Feel that? Whoa! This sucker's hot.
Now, after I'd been outside, 6-7 minutes to smoke a cigarette, and it was still so hot that, as soon as I put my hand on it, I was like, damn.
Yeah. So these shoes, Goodyear, on the bottom, and I've already worn the waffle pattern on the shoes. But there's a memory foam.
You gonna come see me?
That is part of the insole of this shoe. This is all glued in. You can't get that. So
These are insoles that I bought, but they're not gel.
yeah. So when you start really walking, but we noticed that the memory foam, as it starts to get wet, if I push it over 3, which is why we were looking for this 3-mile mark, if I push it over 3, and that magic mile number 4, shit starts happening. Starts getting real wet, so I watched that and say, okay, when that been in the pool too long, kind of let that work. But I had a couple other problems that I was fighting, and I didn't really know that I was doing. And it's these things you learn. So make sure you get your electrolytes. So Propel water, Gatorade, powder packs, electrolytes. You can definitely overdo the electrolytes.
Yeah, I saw that you had thinned out your added mineral water here.
Yeah. So in my Camel is right now about a 60-40 blend of electrolyte water and regular water in the Camel. So this will hold 3 16-ounce bags of water.
You want a bottle of water?
I just drank one. I had the one that was here. So at the 3-mile mark, now take the shoes. Nothing wrong with the left foot. Even though I did pick up a couple little side blisters. No big deal. No big deal there. No metatarsals. All the metatarsal blisters.
How many miles did you start walking on day one?
Day one was a what? 15.6
15.3, I think.
or 15? Yeah, 15.6 day one.
And probably pretty easy.
It was easy till we got from Carson to Dayton. Coming down the hill to Dayton is when I felt the hot spot. And that night, I had a big old size of a dime blister right there. And it was painful. So, and it protruded out like a quarter of an inch. It was like stepping on a pole.
Yeah, it looked like a rock.
Yeah.
It would have been like having a rock in your shoe that day.
And so I popped it. But I didn't have needles, so I used my knife, gave it a little slice, and
But started walking the next day. And we went to Wagner.
Yep, Wagner. That was where we stopped and had pizza and wings.
I think that was 9 miles on the second day. And we went in there and had pizza and wings.
That was when
I could barely walk out of it. Tried to get up and I would walk across the parking lot. It was like, okay, what happened? I'm trying to move my legs. And my legs were like, ah.
What about socks? Wool socks better?
These socks are Dr. Scholl.
These are Mustangs that walked with him. Oh, the wild Mustang? Yeah, the rest of the way
In
into
Silver Spring.
Silver Springs that day. And they walked with him until I got up there with the coach with him. How long was that?
They walked a quarter of a mile with me.
Oh, yeah, at least.
It was pretty cool. Cause they were,
yeah.
I'm walking and they're all kind of looking. They're walking right along with me.
What the hell is this guy? Two-legged one out there. What's up with that?
There's a lot of wild horses and donkeys in this state. Oh, down in Arizona.
Well, the donkeys actually were from the miners.
Yeah.
The prospectors brought them out. And then when they decided to give it up, they just let the donkeys go. They just took off.
They just had a big round. They rounded a bunch of them up and they auctioned them off in Colorado or someplace. I can't remember where it was.
Yeah, they kind of took over. You know, you go down a beating. You got to be careful. Those little bastards will bite you. You know, the people go out there and they'll take them carrots and stuff.
Yeah,
They'll go
down
out
in
there.
Beatty, yeah. Well, they sell food for you.
Yeah, celery and carrots.
Oh, Paula sent me a text and said, congratulations, GreyWolf. You got a partner to walk with you this morning.
Now, Paula has a gray wolf.
Oh, really?
Paula's,
Wolfie's going downhill fast, too, she said.
he's 14. He's 14.
I love wolves.
And, well, the first time I met Wolfie was in Hagerstown. And he come up, stuck his nose in my crotch and took, and sat down and put his head on my leg.
And it's probably a good thing you like what he smells.
Yeah. So it was like, I said, okay, yeah, that was a little awkward there, Wolfie. What are you doing?
He didn't show you the teeth anyway.
No. And he just, it was so cool. And, yeah, so he, she loves attention. Yeah. So he got kicked in the face by a horse. So he was hurting that day. He had a little bit of hurt going on that day. What are you trying to do? You know there's no seat up there. But I don't know that Wolfie's going to make it past the summer.
Yeah.
I will ask him. Tom, they would like to know if you would like to have a moment of screenshot. Nope. So,
I'm not a big chatter.
yeah. So, we got images of Tom walking in my ear. Can we get a screenshot of the dog?
Oh, just
When
a
I-
shot? As long as I don't got to talk.
No, you don't talk.
Okay.
But, yeah, they just want to get a screenshot. So, let me turn the camera around. It looks better when I turn the other direction. Something else. Okay. Here's Tom. some of these guys, they say, somebody was, it was last week, somebody was saying that I wasn't really walking.
Oh, yeah.
A voiceover thing, and somebody else was walking for me.
That's sure when we were walking.
Yeah.
You can see what it does when the sun comes out. Got a little warm just now.
Didn't it? Yeah. So, folks, meet Tom. Tom is my walking companion this morning, and he's got, of course, the attention of Abby. So I'm sure they're looking for that screenshot moment.
Abby doesn't like him at all.
No, no, she's like, I don't know. He may be foe, Dad. You know, he might be. You know, there's friend and there's foe, but you know. So anyway, this is Tom, folks. He's out walking this position between the 76-mile mark and the. Did you get your screenshot, or do you want it on Discord? Jen. I can take a picture with my phone. Are you doing okay? Okay. Onion, lemon. Oh, not at all. She's an uncomfortable dog.
Yeah. That's when she'll start pulling on your arm when you stop. It's like, oh no, you're not done yet. You need some more of that. Oh, that's what, as soon as GreyWolf starts walking every day, she lays down on that seat and goes to sleep. That's what I listen
She
to.
snores when she's wide awake. Don't you bite his pants.
She rolled her eyes back when I started scratching them.
See, that was March 8th
Okay, yeah.
in the Capitol. Senate side. So we'll get a shot for the blog. It's still shot, so we've got that, Joe.
I think if you weren't there on the 6th, you'd probably be in jail.
Yeah, I wasn't there on January 6th.
I got a buddy from Springfield, Missouri, and him and his wife were out there. They were farther back in the crowd. Yeah. Yeah, we talked about it.
All right. So we'll
Yeah,
do.
we'll have to get you to sign the shirt.
Yeah.
Get a marker.
I don't have a marker.
Your team might have.
Yeah. And when we get back out, Joe, I'll have Tom take a picture of Tom and I. Sun's coming up, so we've got. We're almost ready to walk in here.
Yeah, we stopped at 5:04, 5:30 now.
Yeah, that's about right. Half hour, 40 minutes is typical.
I like it when there's little traffic in the morning like that, where I can hang back 60, 80 yards or whatever. It gives me a chance to give it a little feel, so I'm not just idling all the time. It gets a little air moving, catch up, stop again, let you get out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Get too close and then they hit you. Yeah,
well, there's been a few close calls.
Yeah. Oh, I've had some really close calls, haven't I? Because I'll be yelling at GreyWolf, look out, hang on. And then that one day, he almost got his elbow clipped by a mirror on a car. They came around me and cut right back over. Well, you get walking
like
out there and you saw at one point we were clear out there. And like, that's why I keep moving over. You know, I just kind of keep them covered.
I want to get to the point that there's so many people that take the whole road. And they have to block the traffic behind them.
Yeah.
They don't have no choice but to slow down. Mm-hmm. Well, they have to, where we take up the whole lane, and they've got to put on a construction kind of follow me.
Do you have to follow any laws or get permits for this or anything like that?
The only thing, the state patrol stopped and talked to us from one day after the county sheriff had called them, and Ron was laying down, and I got out and talked to him. The only thing he told me, he says, you're all good. He says, if you get more than 5 vehicles behind you, find a wide spot as quick as you can and let the traffic go. He said, other than that, you're good. And then the one other day we stopped, and Ron was resting, and the pickup came around the corner about a quarter of a mile away, and he went by, and I saw him turn around, and I said, hey, Ron, we got somebody coming back to talk to us. Ron said, jump out and grab a card and jump out and talk to us. So I jumped out. As soon as the guy jumped out of his truck, he's in blue jeans, a cowboy hat, and a western shirt. He's got his badge on his belt. Oh, he's the county sheriff. He said, well, I saw you sitting there and wanted to make sure you're all right. And he goes, as soon as I turned around, I saw your sign. He says, I'm guessing that the walkers are taking a break. I said, well, yeah, we only got one right now, GreyWolf walking. Yeah, that's what we're doing. He said, well, cool. He said, if you need anything, don't be afraid to call us.
Yeah, you always get support from the sheriff.
And that's the same thing the state patrol told me. So if you guys need anything, don't be afraid to call us and ask. We're willing to help with whatever you need. And that's a good feeling to know that.
Oh, yeah.
The law enforcement knows that we're out here because the wives have let them know, you know, so they know what's going on. And they just, like that state patrol stop and talk that day, just kind of find out exactly what was going on and this and that.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys need anything, don't be afraid to call us.
You get in all these towns, you know, cop shops are the place to camp, and you really look for the place, you know, they're always supportive. They'll bring you water, food.
Well, we had that in Fallon. We had a teenage guy in Fallon who
Came out from a business. Chased you down.
Chased you down.
Bottle of water, ice water.
Bottle of iced water.
And then brought me one. And then one other day we had a guy stop going the other way. And, well, you need anything? Water, watermelon, fruit. He says, I got it all. If you need something, just say so, you know.
Another guy that was from the was Navy. He come in, he made a U-turn. He says, you need to ride into town? No, I'm watching. And he's like, really? I give him a card, and he's like, man, good luck to you, man. I'm right there with you, brother. So there's been a lot of good activity with us.
I can imagine when you get, you know, in the Utah and
Colorado.
It might be incredible the support you get. It's just people take some time to find you.
Yeah.
Well, and like Paula's out in Ohio, and she's in 5 different groups. And she had a rally in January and had over 1,000 people there from 4 different states. So she's watching and keeping an eye on it. She wants to put a rally together when we get out there. You know, she said, I can draw a bunch of people in.
And the thing is, we got the support of the doctors, too. Big doctors. And
we're not talking about the dancing nurses either.
None of those dancing nurses. We're talking about the real doctors and PhDs in epidemiology and those big, been up on Capitol Hill doctors.
Have more knowledge than Fauci does.
Careful of the words. We don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, Fauci a doctor.
Yeah, the highest paid government employee, sure. That's right. You want a granola bar?
No, I'm good.
No problem. So, we've got. You want one?
Please.
These are the crunchies. You want one of the chocolate ones? You want?
Yeah, give me one of the soft ones.
I want. Yeah, I'll just grab one.
You got one with peanut butter. Don't we have one with peanut butter or something?
Peanut butter's always the best.
This is fudge graham. This is the graham cracker one. Chocolate and peanut butter.
Don't get excited, Andy. You're not getting it. You don't get it. Just to get it.
You got an apple juice right there, or a watermelon. She loves watermelon. Eats rinds and all.
Really?
Yep, I've never seen a dog eat watermelon from it. She loves it. She loves, no.
She's like, I'll have a peanut butter one.
Dad's got no hand. No. You had your Kong with your short. No.
They gotta stand up like a human.
Well, here just in the last few days, she figured out when we stop, I close the curtains. She gets up there and pushes. I have to put everything up here now because she gets up here and pushes everything off and lays right there.
She gets behind the curtain and sticks her head out.
Yeah. Well, I came out of middle gate that one day, and I noticed the curtains were open about this far. It's like, God dang, Abby's up at the curtains open again. I'm trying to keep the sun out. I get up here and I look, and she's laying all stretched out, feet out behind.
You'll have a doggy bed up before you hit the trip. A deer spot.
Right there.
I mean, up there.
Yeah, I normally had that up there.
She tried to get up there when we took off. When you guys first started walking, she was headed up there. It's like, no, you can't lay up there while I'm driving. Huh, baby? Yeah. Well, it might stay a little cooler for you the rest of the way in.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of work with that internet and all that.
Oh,
I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, people think you got all this extra time. It's a lot of effort put in.
Well, and then he's got that camel pack on. That's 10 pounds hanging on his back all day long while he's walking.
Yeah.
You know, you get it full of fluid, and he's got the 2 solar packs and another pack, and a speaker.
Yeah, those are nice solar packs. I was looking at those.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got the small ones, but they're
These are 42,800 milliamp hour. They have a built-in battery. I mean, built-in flashlight. Stop.
Yeah, I've got a couple battle mode batteries in my kind of those nice batteries.
This one is 20,000 milliamp hour, but this one has a QD3 pack in it, a fast charging port. And so that one I use to keep the phone at full battery.
How long will that last? Will it last a day? Well,
I can go 2 days on this now.
well,
But I got 2 of them, so one's back on the charger, while one's on my pack.
When we went into Middlegate that night, you had your phone hooked up to that, you had it in your hand. That was when that Marine,
Yep.
wife were
Ryan.
on there, and they said, what the
I
hell?
had my ears set on.
What do you got there? You know,
What is that? And I had my Bluetooth
parrot on.
blue parrot on.
No.
And the blue parrot hooks behind my ears and then hangs out here. Right now I'm using the earbud, but I got a blister from the blue parrot here on my ear, so I moved to the earbud. And I had it on, and the boom mic comes out. It's noise canceling. You can't hear the cars pass, and you can't hear anything but me. Yes. Dana Smith, thank you very much. And see, so that's the other thing. The restream that we're using right now is going through Diego TV, but it's also simulcasting to my streams. So Diego is in Mexico. He's in Mexico, and he's streaming out on his stream. This is all live and simulcasting to my 4 platforms, all coming through at this one junction. So we got 5 streams. Diego, you got more than one? Diego, you got more than one or just one? I keep going to the phone. I got to do this.
I got just one running right now, but I'm gonna change that.
So everything is live, and I can say that this is the ultimate reality TV. I was working on trying to get there's an individual that I know. She over 30 years in production for some big news and sports networks, okay? And setting up a restream like what Diego's on right now, but her system's huge, with big studio grade stuff, where you stream into that, and then all of the substreams go out, but it's under a production. So you now have the lower third, you can bring people in and have a panel. Diego does panels too. Every once in a while somebody will come in and want to talk to me. Well, I can't see them because I'll switch to my polarized sunglasses. So I can't see the screen, but I can hear them. So I can conduct an interview while I'm on. And so that has never been done before. And so people are now able to see that context. And I'm working on right now with someone actually bringing Steve Bannon.
Oh, really?
So
that was going to be one of my other questions.
So we've got some individuals who know Steve Bannon. We have others who know Patriot Street Fighter and McKay. So we've got lots of big name folks that we're bringing to the party that eventually will get that word out. And if we can get, I've got phone numbers for people, and I text them from time to time that are with the bigger networks. And I think that once that starts to come up, they'll start communicating. One American News Network, I had Stefan with me the day that we went in. He rode with me in the truck, and we did a live from the truck on the way in. So that stuff will be coming through. Because we had in March when I went to Capitol Hill, and I had meetings with the senators, and I had meetings with the congressmen, as part of the delegation. I think there were 6 of us that went in and met with them. Had some really good conversation with the senators, and I think it was more of we're telling you what we're going to be doing with the congressmen. They were deflated. They were defeated. So, really, really good time. I think we put in about 2 hours and 20 minutes with the senators. And waiting for confirmation that there may be some big name senators that may join the one. So that will be phenomenal, right? Come and walk a mile with Grey, right?
Yeah.
And so we got some stickers that are coming up. I'll show you because
I want to sure get a
sure get your information.
Get you a sticker. Get you to sign the shirt and get you a sticker. When you sign the shirt, we're going to have to put a number 1 up there so we know you were the first one to walk with it.
Yeah. I'm sure it's going to get a lot tougher for you over the next month while everything's building. Like I said, the last guy that was walking, I followed him. God, he watches every day. But I don't remember why he stopped. He was getting pretty tired of just walking by himself. Day after day after day after day.
Did he have a support vehicle?
He had a support vehicle and his wife in a van. But I never saw anybody walking with town and people come out and support it and stuff.
Well, see, the biggest thing that we see in other walkers is the publicity. They're either afraid, they want the publicity because they've got a cause. A lot of them, like, are afraid. Seem like they're afraid of some of the publicity, and they don't get the word out as much, or it's almost like stage fright in a way,
Or don't know how. That could be a big one.
That is a big one, and we struggle with that. I'm struggling with that on a daily basis. We've got the website, and you get the moderators, the chat moderators, and right now in my ear, not counting him, 6 people, and so they mute out and they don't converse, and they trade off. There's people watching the Facebook stream, watching the YouTube stream, playing what we lovingly call whack-a-troll. No soup for you.
Yeah. Seinfeld.
Yeah. And then they're reading me the messages, because as you can see, I can't see into that, right? So, because of this streaming, now Diego from time to time will post up on the screen, and I can see that, but again, when the heat of the day or the sun starts to get the camera, the window, it'll dim out. So I can't even see that. Hey, Diego.
Yeah, there's Diego.
He's turned his camera on. Sitting back there. So, Diego's right now picture over here.
Oh, okay.
So,
What's up, Diego?
What's up, Tom? Tom and Tom.
Tom and Tom.
Hey, thanks. Ron.
You hear him, Diego? Yeah, that's it. Whoops.
Yeah. All through.
Yep. So, yes, ma'am? Well, thank you for coming in there, Ron and Jerry. I understand that you're going to be joining up as well. Got an admirer. Brenda? You behave.
28 years.
But nonetheless. Anyway, thanks, Brenda. I'll pass the word along. She thinks you're a handsome walker. Yep. So these are the same shoes, which are the 9-wide memory foam. And these shoes are a few months old, but these aren't the Goodyear bottoms. These are the standard Sketcher bottoms. These are the Goodyear bottoms. So
Hey,
far,
no
the
bites.
Sketcher bottoms
No
went
bites.
out over the Goodyear. So in 2 weeks, these are 2 weeks old, and these are 4 months old. I've already taken the bottoms off of the Goodyears.
These are a year old.
Yeah. So once
How long do you think we'll get out of the parachute?
well, if they're Goodyear, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
They weren't quite worn out enough to leave at the shoe tree yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, but then I need both of my pairs right now. So it'd be all right when we get the donations. We're trying to get Skechers to sponsor. There's several people out there trying to say, "Hey, Skechers, wake up." So
It's tough to get sponsored.
they're afraid of the woke.
Yes.
Cancel
Yeah,
culture.
they put their name on that. Yeah, good luck trying to get Nike for it.
I would never touch
I wouldn't either. But I get what you're saying.
I won't use anything that's got a Nike brand on it, period.
I can't say that.
So, won't do it.
No,
And
yeah, it gets to the point, it's like, how many of these companies do I not do business with, you know, because there's so many, you know.
well, that's a trick. I don't know how we're going to do that because somebody has to hold the camera. Well, that's probably a do. We could pull into that historical marker up there at and then we could do a trio selfie. We'll work on it, Brenda. We'll work on it. Now, see,
We custom built this.
this is called a stuntman plate, and struggled with how can I attach my gimbal. Because when I went on to this straight across, the elastic here and the weight, it was just sitting here bouncing every time I took a step. So put on my friend Bubba. He said, well, we can use a 1/4 inch thread on it also. So I came out with a loop that came back up and took the tripod bottom off of there. It's got over 20 on the bottom, screwed it on there, tried to walk with that. Boom, boom, boom. It's just all
Thank God for stabilization of the iPhone.
right? So then we're sitting in Fallon, and I'm like, man, I gotta get, because I walked with that thing like this.
Gimbal one hand and Wolfie in the other.
And all the way to Fallon.
Well, and it's hard to get your
Yeah.
proper walking.
Can't get the gate.
Yeah.
Can't measure the gate right. So we were in the Ace Hardware store, and I went into the Ace Hardware store, and like, well, we've got this PVC adapter here, and this, and why not this big thing, okay, this big monstrosity of an adaptation.
Yeah.
The guys in there are like, hey, well, we can do this, you know, they're basically engineering.
Oh, yeah.
So I have it all in the cart, and I'm walking through, and I got a corner of my eye, see the parts where they have these holes and adapters for putting up tarps.
Right.
And then, boom, caught my eye.
Yeah, I can see it.
Went over there, and I went, I think I see something. And I can make a floating system. So it'll float against my belly, the tape to keep the heat down.
Might have to be tested after.
He said the same thing. It's already got about a 1/2 inch gap. But, you know,
I just put a piece of that pipe boom in there.
okay.
Custom. That piece of Ultra in here.
Yeah.
Boy, I love the fabricating. But yeah, I was like you, I'd walk through Home Depot and say, yeah, okay, that'll work.
Yeah, that's what we were doing.
That.
That's exactly what we were doing. So I was like, okay, all right. I've given you your scratch, all right? Now you can down. So this is worked out pretty good with the stabilization. We get everything set up, and then they're okay. Well, got to have it all working certain.
No, it looks like a great rig.
And yeah, so when all is said and done, it's
Well, we actually found a ratchet strap, part of a ratchet strap laying on the road. And I've had that backpack for 25 years. The ratchet strap was fit through the adjuster on it, tighten it up if we needed it. But hell, it's worked out good the way it is.
all you buy.
5:57.
Yep.
7 minutes shy of an hour since we stopped.
When we get up there, we'll have plenty of daylight at the ruins. We can get a selfie. Brenda wants to see a selfie with the three of us.
You know, I quit going to the barber when COVID hit. I just said, I'm not cutting my hair because I never had long hair.
Well, mine used to be about 1/8 of an inch long, and my beard the same way. And once my ex-girlfriend and I split up, I didn't have anybody telling me I had to cut my hair and had to cut my beard. It's like, I'm growing it because I've been wanting to for years. Every time it'd get a little bit long, she'd come home from getting her hair done and say, well, 2 days, you got a hair appointment. You know,
I told my wife last week, I said, I'm done with trimming the beard. I'm going to let it go. But every time it gets out, it just starts, you know.
there's a certain point where, yeah, it kind of bothers you. But then once you get past that,
I've never got past that.
it'll be
This
2
is-
years in September, 1st of September since I got my hair cut.
So when I joined the convoy in Adelanto, and I said, I'm not going to, because I would do a number 2 for years. For
Yeah.
30-something years, I just did number 2. Boom. Done. All the way around. Number 2.
Yep.
And so, Abby. So, I vowed that I wasn't going to trim my beard until this was over. And
Oh, really?
I joked and said I may be Rip Van Winkle by the time that this thing is done. But that's what I said. I'm not going to trim this beard until it's over.
You gotta switch hats.
I think we're going to be okay for right now.
Cloud, yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna leave your headlamp in here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, don't need that.
You cut out.
Let's stick mine right down by the water bottle right here.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting ready to get out again.
Yep, Dad's getting ready to walk some more, baby.
Yeah. Hey. Can I have a kiss? Give me a kiss. Okay. Now down. Thank you. So, get all set up here. This is the part where we have the britches are getting bigger.
Tighten the belt. You're gonna be looking for new britches pretty quick. The belt next to it tight.
I already went down 2 inches from 38s to 36s, so now we're sitting with 36s and we're saying 34s. I'm like, oh, let's hold off a little bit, shall we? But I don't know if there's a place with it.
I don't know if it'll stay in there.
No, I'm not going to put the tinfoil hat on.
Duct tape.
Can you find a spot where it won't fall out?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think we're good there.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't put those eggs back on.
Plug in. We gotta check your power when you plug in.
Yeah. All right, folks, hang on just a second. So see, this is a DJI gimbal, and this worked out perfectly for setting in there. And then I can set the gimbal, plus it has the ability to telescope out, and it's got the servos. So, lightweight. The gimbal, as you can see, I'm just starting to lose that. So what I wind up doing is I wind up plugging the gimbal in to one of the solar packs, and it'll start. Well, now it's charging. But then I use that 20K unit on this dude, and then start that up. And there we go. And now that's on a QD 3.0 charge.
What is the gimbal?
What's that?
What is the power for?
I'm going to charge it up so that I
adjust it, turn it.
Yeah.
Up
So the
down.
gimbal itself is
Oh, okay. Wow. Freak trick little unit. Yeah.
so as I walk, if I want to take it out and I want to certain things now, see, it also has targeting control. So I can have a target on me, pull the trigger. It's actually on a whole camera. Let me change the angle of view here. The back. Now I've got those eggs there. They're in view. So what I'll do is I'll pull the trigger, and as I move, it locks in on the target.
That's impressive.
And it follows no matter what's happening. So
Technology is incredible. I know.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I say DJ has probably got a little bit of Apple in it. So well, I didn't even know it went sideways, Diego. And we know how I feel about this app. Or not the app, the web portal. All right, so we are getting ready to go to segment 2. We're going to do the ruins. We'll get some pics. We'll satisfy some of those questiones. Eggs.
I'll get down.
Thank you, sir. I'll get the steps up.
See you, Tom.
Yeah, it's quick and easy this way. Okie doke. Wow, that's nice, isn't it? Look at this. We got some sunshine rays, the sunshine coming through.
How about the sunset last night?
I missed it because I was in, yeah. We were in getting dinner with George. So, what do you think of that sunrise right there? Look at this, Tom. See the rays?
Oh, yeah.
Bouncing off the clouds. That's beautiful. So then, see, this is where the gimbal comes in handy, because now I can say, folks, look at this. Morning 17. What? Is that not beautiful? Look at that back there. Look at that. Yeah. We're just getting a little panorama going here. Let's get that set up, and I think we're going to be ready to roll here in just a minute. There we go. All right. How's it look over there, Tom?
Got one coming. Way back.
Clear?
Yep. Way back.
All right. A little bit of warm-up pace, and we got the first ruins coming up. You can see the first ruins right over here. And then we'll see about a selfie.
What are the ruins of?
Well, you had the Overland Express, you had the Pony Express, and then you had supporting SA offices and things of this nature for the mining that was going around. So, I believe the Pony Express ruins itself is actually beyond Cold Springs, and this is going to be more of the
the overland you have. This is East Gate, I believe. You had Middle Gate, and you had West Gate.
Were those all Pony Express?
Those were overland.
Those were all overland.
Yeah, overland.
But Cold Springs is a Pony Express, right?
The official Pony Express ruins are about 26 miles on the other side of the Cold Spring station.
Oh.
But they did have a stop here. So the official Pony Express station is 26 miles beyond Cold Springs. So that's why you see the Pony Express rider at Cold Springs. That is some beautiful sunrise. I'm just going to go ahead and focus you guys in on that there. I know somebody's going to be turning that into a postcard moment. Yeah, so we've got and Tom lets me know when there's something big coming in my ear. But he mutes out his system. Go ahead. Thank you, Dorothy. Foot feels real good this morning, folks. No problems. Dry it out about every 3 miles until I'm properly conditioned. These are the things we feel to figure out. Whoop, we had too many electrolytes. The foot won't fit in the shoe. That kind of stuff. But you get the ligaments and everything else get tight.
What do people say as far as when doing this, how long it takes for your body to really be good?
3 weeks to a month of conditioning. And so really with my time down, I'm just coming into 2 weeks. And I've already noticed the change in the stamina. The first few days, my calves were giving up a screaming fire at about 2.5 miles. And so...
I already feel it on one toe.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you start getting that ligament. And
some different walking on the pavement.
Yeah. And yeah, because when you're walking on that,
and you're only walking on a half mile, quarter mile when you're doing that.
Yep.
So.
And once you start to walk, and you realize, wow, even if it's a walker, it's like this is a completely different way of doing things.
Oh, yeah.
So. And that's on Facebook? Excuse me. I didn't get the name, Joe, or Jen. Jody? I'm sorry, you are cutting out. I believe it was Jody. Could be. Julie? She's trying to whisper something and she's cutting out and roboting on me. Julie, I believe. Thank you. Yeah, so they've got a sign posted up here. You can see what the runes are about here. But this guy here, this is Wolfie.
Oh, nice and light.
Isn't that great?
Love it. Yeah. What's it made of?
I'm not sure what that wood is. The hand carved head.
It looks like bamboo.
Yeah.
Do you see any rings?
Nope, no rings.
That's not.
It's light like bamboo, but it's not.
Yeah, but they shaved it down.
Mm-hmm.
Ran it through a machine. That could be bamboo.
It's nice and light, but sturdy.
It feels like bamboo.
Mm-hmm. But I haven't seen any rings in it. You can see a lot of growth rings, like it was some sort of a stock by itself.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, so when I came up with this rig, it just rests there and keeps the bounce out of it. Even though there's still walk bounce, when you watch the video.
No, yeah, you can see little glimpses of it, but I know the stabilization's working in the camera.
Right.
It's just so incredible. And it's gotten a lot better with each version of iPhone that come out.
Yes, it has.
I don't know what this is. I think it's an 11 or 12.
Let me see the camera side. It'll be a 12. If it doesn't have 5G, it's a 12.
It has 5G.
It is 5G? It could be a 13. 12 or 13.
I think it's a 12.
Yeah. This one's a 13.
Keep you busy. I was an Android guy for life. Hit the road. Good iPhone.
Yep. There's just a real big change in quality, but personally, coming out of the high-tech industry, I don't like Android because it's a Linux-based operating system run by Google. So, whereas Apple is a Berkeley Software Development, or BSD, form of Unix. So it has the closed, it doesn't use the LKM, or the Linux kernel module. So you don't have any of that RTY, or remote terminal capability. Lock it down. Any changes to root have to come through local console. That's the only place you can get to it. So that really eliminates the possibility of a hack. That's my big thing about it. I don't want Google in my operating system. See, the Pony Express Trail is what we're on.
How far are those horses? Did they just go from one station back to the original station?
Yeah, they just exchanged the horses in their corrals, and they would continue the ride. So,
how many miles that was?
26 miles from here to the next one. change out the horses, continue on.
Yeah, there was a rainbow and everything last night.
Oh yeah?
So, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I should have got out and got some of that. But we were inside talking to George and his wife.
What a nice couple, huh?
Oh yeah.
Whole family, Nick and his wife.
Well, I went in and invited them to walk.
They're like, what time are you getting up? 3? No. Stretch for me.
Yeah. What, the 3 a.m.?
Yeah, getting up at 9 and then.
Trying to go to bed at 9 and getting up at 3?
Yeah, I went to bed at 8.
Yeah. I think it was about 9 for me. And I woke up about 2:05.
So lazy over that year on it. Go to bed at 9 and get up at 9. Go to bed at 10, get up at 9.
There's our first set of ruins right here. We got some four-wheelers coming up behind on our left.
The dirt.
When we get up here, Tom, if you want to hold station off to the right here, we'll walk over to that monument plaque. Take a look at it. Let's get up here. Well, it does have a button hook in there. We got a teardrop too, so you could actually go in and flip it around. We have the big monument up here. Let me know when we're clear, Tom. All right. I'm going to have a code word. Mr. T and Tom.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if you're talking.
Yeah, I was talking to Mr. T. So, but, you're right, Nina. Gas is cheap when you use your feet. Hey, did I just coin a new term?
Yeah, I think so.
Look at this. Let me take this. Look at that. Preserving our heritage placard. Imagine when they were building this, how long it took them.
hauled them all in somehow to build this?
Yeah, because that rock, you don't see a bunch of them unless they just got it from the surrounding area.
You know, unless they had an ox cart and they were loading them as they came or something, you know, because that's what I said. Well,
Yeah, this looks like this could be indigenous rock.
Yeah, they just had to gather it from quite a distance.
Yeah, that kind of distance right there.
Up on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you
Now copy on it now, Diego.
Yeah, you're good. Sound and everything's fine.
Adobe mud. That's beautiful out this morning.
Yeah. Oh, the clouds are nice.
Just one.
Yeah. Usually by now the temperature's starting to come.
Yeah, there's another plaque over here. That's the marker of it right there. What a postcard picture that is.
No kidding. Mountains in the back,
With the sun coming up, the rays of the sun are in the camera lens coming through. The Overland Stage Station. So this one here is the Overland Stage Station.
Lava found throughout the area.
Yeah.
Yep. Indigenous rock.
1861. 60.
Back when men were men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there wasn't any question.
Yes, that is the case. I'm going to flip the camera here and we'll see if we can get a trio on this dude. Let me unplug the can. There we go. Come on back.
Water to fire.
No hot tub?
Fire.
Yeah, there was a 40-mile
By the motor.
robotic only comes through the Discord side. You don't get it on the YouTube. So let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. Come on over here, guys. We can get
There you go.
we can get
Everybody say cheese.
Freedom. That's
Freedom,
the
yeah.
word. Freedom.
Tequila.
Everybody safe. Tequila.
No tequila.
You get what you want? Good snap? All right, good. We don't have to do Tom's camera there. That's cool. All right.
Yeah, we don't say cheese anymore. We say freedom.
All right, I'm going to flip that back around, and we're going to head on up the road here. If I'm not mistaken, this is a connecting tissue right here that we're standing on. So rather than going out on the road and come back, we can. You can go out, and we can go up through here. You want to do that, Tom?
Yeah.
And that way we can let people see the rustic side. We all look awesome. So, yep.
Get on with it.
The bearded trio, Yep. The wild bunch, huh? Hang on, let me see if I got my camera charge back here. All right, let me grab a hold of this bad boy. Well, I'll have Tom do it when I get here. Tom.
Trump said he made it, but I don't think he's gonna.
Well, that's what I'm hearing. That's the thinking I'm getting anyway.
We're trying to get him to hold off till midterms to make his
Announcement.
He's saying no, I'm gonna make it before that.
Yeah.
Trump's gonna do what Trump's gonna do.
That's right. That's what he does. So we got some more ruins over here. This was all part of the Overland stage system here.
Yeah, there's much more behind it back there too.
Yep, all the way back over in there. And this isn't fenced in like that, but it's all part of the same ruins. So you can imagine we're walking it right now. The stage line, the Overland stage coaches.
Flippity flop.
The original bus line.
Yeah.
Right?
Karen Colette says, handsome group of guys.
Oh, thank you, Karen. Cassie Cat. I believe that is Cassie Cat. And we still have the ruins over there on the right. I mean, on the left. This is my other right. Well, New York City's in the house, and good morning to you. We're actually walking part of the old Overland Trail right here. You think back 150 years ago, this was a hot spot, man. So we've got 4 miles down. Well, guess what? I'm still paused. Oh well. I'm only. That's the other thing I've noticed is that's been coming. Yeah. Oops, excuse me.
Tells me it'll be the emotional toll a little bit.
What's that?
I think the emotional toll will be the toughest for you.
Oh yes. It's been pretty emotional since I started this journey. Not just the walk, but the movement back on February 21st.
Yeah. I mean, it fires you up, one.
It does that. You start to realize moment by moment that we're almost out of time.
Oh, yeah. And I realized that probably decades ago, to be honest with you, but it's just gotten so much worse. And I used to really be into it. I got burned out on it. Coming out.
Yeah, there's a point where you just feel like you want to give up.
Yeah.
And that's the way a lot of America feels.
Yeah.
That's a lot of the world feels that.
After that election.
Oh, yeah. See, we've got a Central Overland Trail Cold Springs Station.
Karen says, yep, Cassie Cat, and she's sending a virtual hug.
And who was that, Mama? Nina, thank you for those words. I appreciate that. And thank you, Diego. And thank you, Cassie Cat. So we've got a parking lot right up here, and we got a couple of placards, and then we're going to get back on the road and get back to the Cold Spring Station up here, about 3 more miles. Actually, 2 more miles. About 2 more miles, and we'll be done with the walk for the day. And even though we're not in, we're actually taking a break. Look at this. Welcome to Cold Springs Historical Area. I'll let people get some snapshots of that. And that's the Transcontinental Telegraph Station. You see right here. So those are just down the road there, right there. That's the Transcontinental Telegraph Station over there. We are standing right here. So the ruins that are right there, that's the ruins of the Transcontinental Telegraph Station. Large piece of history here maintained by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, or I'm sorry, Interior, Department of Interior, part of the BLM. And that's that one. A Lonely Crossroads. This one's really a good one here. Look at that. Pictures of the actual telegraph. A man up there trying to get the pole worked on with the rail line that went through here. People would transfer from rail car to stagecoach. Look at that. Look at that line where they came across. Robot. Yeah, only on Discord. May only be Tom that's here in the robot, considering that he's got the T-Mobile hotspot going back there. Okay, that's wonderful stuff. We got one more to go, and then we can start to walk. So people can get up and come out here and see this beautiful stuff. And across the way there, we've got a little pull off with a, pardon my expression, brick shit house. Yep. Battle. See if I can zoom in a little bit here. Did you know?
You're starting to buffer some, Ron.
Yeah. We're getting moving here. We'll be back in a second, Diego. We're in that hot and we're in that cold. Let me see if I can get my charge started back up here. Can you do me a favor, Tom?
Yeah.
You see the connection?
You wanna unplug it?
Nope.
Or what?
On the side, opposite of the cord, there's a button. If you could press and hold that for a second for me.
On the left side?
Yeah.
How long?
There you go. That's what I needed. Thank you, sir.
Reboot.
Now, yeah, I got to restart that particular pack. You get about 30 seconds of unplugged time before it decides it's done.
Yeah, one of these Pony Express stations was only open for a year before the telegraph come in.
Yep.
Imagine going through all that work and shut it down a year later.
That was some tough stuff.
Slave labor, you can get a lot done.
A lot of people don't realize.
Like we think traditionally, but
you know, the Chinese were involved with this build too. You know, between rail lines and mining, there's a lot of different nationalities that came in and worked hard. The Irish, they came in and worked pretty hard here too, back in the day. That's the other thing about being on foot. You can take the time to look at those ruins.
oh yeah, you'll see a lot of stuff. Probably got more of this.
Yep. You see things, you know.
Yeah. Do you have a daughter?
I do. She's actually in my ear right now. She's part of the Discord group.
Just one kid.
No, my youngest daughter is up in Seattle. She's got one child. And then Jennifer is back in Reno. Her youngest is staying with me. She's yelling, "Hello, Tom," in my ear.
What's her name?
Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer. So, and then James, my grandson, is there at the house with her. And then I've got two great-grandchildren.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad was in the Army, brought back a German wife, my mom.
Yep.
He seemed to have 9 kids.
Wow. Yeah.
Two other brothers did the Army. Another brother did the Air Force.
Oh, yeah. See, that's the telegraph right there. Transcontinental Telegraph ruins.
Surprised they didn't share more of the stations they already built.
Yep.
You know? Had a annex, rock wall or something.
Yeah.
You had that thing overheated at all yet?
It's gotten warm. It's got on the high side of the normal and a little bit above it, but he'll come up, put neutral, coast down,
Yeah.
rev it a few times for neutral while he's in neutral. Without putting electric fans on it. Airflow is an issue.
Pretty warm up there.
Yeah. Yeah, that stands to reason. I have a solar panel on top of the Beechwood, but I don't have a good controller for it. watt unit. Have to wash it down, get up there with some Windex, clean it up.
That was one, which was 3,000, but you're good.
Yeah. No, that thing's been up there for a very long time.
Those Battlehawk batteries, they hold up. And you can run them completely dead. Lithium.
Yeah.
Downside is $1,000 a piece.
Yeah.
I've run completely dead a couple times.
Huh.
It saves the restart. First night it went dead. I heard everything bleep bleep. Was laying in bed. Good. When the sun came up, a little rattling, coming to life. Up it came.
It has a low voltage protection system.
Yep. Yeah, it's all. No switches to flip. So I had to install them. Lucky myself.
2,000 more, is it 1,000 watts?
800.
800 watts. That's a lot of panel, isn't it?
That's 100 volts.
100 volt panel.
Well, no, they're 200 watt panels.
200 watt panels, okay.
Four of them,
Yeah. So they're tied in into a series parallel? Or actually in series?
They're in series. I wish they were in parallel.
If they were in parallel, you'd increase your current
Yes.
at the 12 volt supply.
Yeah.
I think they're 18 volts, right? What you get out to them without control?
Honestly, I'm no expert in this.
Well, this one here, when the sun's bright, I'm seeing about 18 volts.
On the one panel.
On the one panel.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you put your controller on there to bring it down to 12.
Right.
Regulator, I should say. So, but if you want to get it up to 200 volts, you tie it in series, then you're just doing an AC to DC conversion and regulating it down to 120 volts.
Yeah, they didn't put big enough wire in there when they ran it.
Yeah.
Because originally I only had 3 panels. So kind of maxed out at 4. That's to rewire it to hit more panels.
Yeah, because you would have to have a DC to AC converter if you're running straight off the. Well, no, you're not even going to do that. You're going to go to the battery bank, and the battery bank's going to run an inverter. So they're going to. That way, you're constantly running off the batteries. So you have some coefficiency losses that you have on your inverter system. You know, and they've gotten better. It used to be it was like 70%.
They're nice, yeah, now.
So I think they're up over 90% on your coefficiency. So your loss is pretty low compared to the old days.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're trying to invert that. I have that newer controller that's in there. Beat to it. It's a 2,000 watt marine unit. And it does a pretty good, it's a full sine wave inverter. So that way I don't have any square wave noise, which will kill a computer in a heartbeat. So, you know, square waves are the cheaper inverters. They'll blow things up, especially Dyson coffee pots. They're out of here. Plug it in one time, hit 1 cup of coffee, and you're done.
Last night I tried running the microwave
while the air conditioner was on.
Oh,
It did smell to me. Let's say that.
yeah.
Didn't trip any brakes.
Yeah, you got to be careful, you know. I've got the refrigerator in the Beechwood is pure AC. Doesn't take a lot of juice, though.
They told me it's foolproof. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I had a smaller controller on it. I think it was 100 something.
Yeah.
Now it's 150. Got a little hot.
Stand by. Yeah. Okay, Mama, go ahead. Hard. Man. Some more. Thank you. Is that from Ron and Jerry? Yeah, thank you, Ron and Jerry, for the poem. I did get a chance to open that email and look at that this morning before I left. And thank you for reading that to me, Mama. Oh, is she trying to get on the dash again? Oh, she's trying to drive for you. Yeah, it's good to see y'all. Take all this in. It's just what beautiful country it is. Always in the back of your mind, you're thinking about what it would take for you not to be able to see it anymore. Such a fragile system.
It's pretty good.
Yep.
It's fragile when you look at it from a cosmos standpoint.
Yep.
I'm looking at the new pictures that they released from that new telescope.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty incredible. Now they can tell it's 688 billion miles or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, we're less than a mile out. How you doing there, Tom?
Good.
Good. Yes, ma'am. I would refer, Brenda, I would actually not like to make a comment about that at the moment. I said yesterday, and I'll say again today, my number one priority is America first. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to knock anyone at any time for what they believe they need to do. I can only tell you what I'm doing, where my focus is. We've got the Cold Spring Station Resort is in our sight. Get home, get back to your trailer and put your feet up, huh?
Take a nap.
Take a nap. Recover a little bit from even just the 6 miles. But, yeah. Week or two, boy, I tell you, every time I stopped, it felt like I needed to sleep I just took power naps, you know, just to get a little bit of energy built back up.
Ibuprofen for the knees.
Yeah, see, I can't take ibuprofen. I have kidney issues, so can't take any NSAIDs. So I can only do the Tylenol. You see the medicine.
Better than the ibuprofen or the swelling.
Oh yes, it's an anti-inflammatory for sure. So I kind of water, you know, kind of watch my water input. Do this. Check my ability. See how much knuckle I got. Gotta keep an eye on it because when I had too much electrolytes, do that with them. I had one knuckle across the top. It's just all water. Just all one knuckle. Yeah. Yep. Could barely get my foot in my shoe. So we spent a couple of days right back here at Middlegate detoxing. Lots of coffee. Natural. You know,
Sure,
get that caffeine.
Yeah, your body will figure it out pretty quick, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But,
isn't that great? Temperature's just right now. It's good walking weather.
do you have the sunscreen in your arms? No?
Yeah, I do. I put a 50 block on. A little bit on the face. Then I have what I call my tinfoil hat, because it's got a reflective top.
Right.
So I put it on. And I've got my no. So I'll put the shemagh on. It's about time for a bath on that.
Yeah. You get that wet?
Yeah. I'll pour a little water in the shemagh and
Wrap
it around my neck. Yeah. And then of course, combined with the sweat, you just obviously it starts doing a pull from the skin to do it. You start getting an evaporative process. In desert climates for a millennia.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if they've started making it a standard issue for all the desert troops or not.
I would think they would.
Yeah. Very versatile though. 101 uses for a shemagh. So this is 5, right?
Yep.
Yeah, a little, almost 6. I think it was about 5. I think I originally was like 5.5, 5.4. So I think, yeah, about right. The odometer's a bit off on that.
Audio check.
Audio check good. We're
Welcome
back. Oh, yep. To answer your question, Jan M, yes, Tom is still with me. What do you think, Tom? You holding up there?
Yep, about ready to pass out. Yep. No, it's all good.
Tom says, he's not quitting now. We're too close to the face. Yeah.
I do this every day.
Yeah.
Whether my knee would hold out, I don't know.
Yeah, you have
Tells
to.
me it would strengthen up.
Definitely will strengthen up that knee, that's for sure. No doubt there.
Yeah.
You can see that's our destination right there, folks. That is Cold Spring Station's resort with the owners, George and Barbara. And a big shout out to them. They gave us a hookup for 2 nights for the Beechwood. And man, you want to talk about some food? Boy, they've got food. They got a bar. They have RV hookups. And they're putting in 9 new spots. And they've got some cabins, I believe, that they have as well.
Motel, they call it. Yeah.
The motel, yeah. So, maybe the loneliest highway. Oh, but they've got a fish fry here that they do. Yeah. When they do that fish fry out here.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went up there Friday. They do it once a month.
Once a month on a Friday, they have a big old fish fry out here.
Yeah, cod with their own hand batter and all.
Yep. They've got their own beer batter that they make. Say again? All you can eat fish fry, handmade, homemade meat, beer batter, and just all you can eat. Once a month is it the first Friday of the month or something like that? Varies, but it's on a Friday, I guess. Third Friday of every month. That's what George said. So, yeah. So you get out here and you check out the Cold Springs Station Resort. We've owned this for 5 years now. Yes, wonderful. Good morning, Kimberly, and you cut out. We got one coming from behind too, Tom? Mr. T? Or just the one ahead? I think I lost the signal. I was looking behind you there, Tom.
Behind us.
Ever. we back?
You weren't gone.
No, I'm talking on Discord. Test, 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 test. Let's see if I'm muted or if it's down. I don't think I'm muted. But I can't hear anyone in there, so that's the way that goes. I think I'll leave Discord and go back in. That's what I'll do. All right, am I back? There we go. I did, and you're broken. What's Nurse D doing? Yeah, I'm good now. Yes, we are. I don't know what Nurse D is doing. Whoa, she almost went off the road. I don't know what she's doing. Nurse D, you do not need to block that road. Oh, yeah, that's what she's doing. She's taking a picture. That's it. We got you. You got one coming. There we are. You good back there, Tom? Off the road. That's good. That's good.
Finish point for the day is even better.
Hmm?
Finish point for the day is even better.
Oh, yeah.
Not complaining.
Okay. Sounds good. Walking back here and get. Go ahead, Diego.
So is Tom walking with you tomorrow as well?
No, I don't think so. That'll be up to Tom. I think he's going to be on a recuperation day. Who knows? We'll see what happens when the sun rises. If I got somebody that's next to me or not. Never know. But definitely appreciate you coming.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. Great cause.
Tom, if you can hear me, there are a lot of people that appreciate you walking today.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Very cool. And we are 7:12 a.m. Wax. That's almost an hour than I had anticipated. We burned about 600 calories.
Did I walk too fast?
No, about 600 calories. I was at about 110 beats per minute. We had a 23-foot, 10-inch per mile climb.
Wow.
Okay, you need to go. You're just trying to try and. There you go.
From the swim.
Okay. And I'll let you know when you're ready. Okay, keep going. And right there. Should do it. That should do it. Yeah, you hear that generator, how quiet that thing is? So, we've got day 17 is in the book. Turn the camera around. Thank you, Texas. So we had a good morning, and we got you see Bubba made this the day before he died on us.
Paracord.
Out of 550 paracord. We made that 2 days before. So we got that. But Bubba's sister, Mark. So Bubba's with me now. Part of Bubba. So yeah, that was pretty devastating coming in.
Oh, couldn't imagine.
So, but we got a little bit of mist, I want to call it. It wasn't quite misty on us.
Yeah.
But
I already forgot about it.
yeah, I already forgot about it. Ma'am. Well, everybody says the right rear brake light. We're gonna. Are you inside there, Tom? Oh no, he's outside. So everybody says that the right rear brake light wasn't working. I wasn't paying attention apparently on the camera, so we'll have to check that.
Yeah, we're going to have to find some 1157.
Yeah, we got to get some 1157 bulbs.
George might have some.
Might have.
He's got a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. So we've got everything being hooked up. Get everything back going. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the backpack off. Get to working on this this kink in my neck that I keep getting here.
You got it? You need help?
Oh, I get it off of here. Yeah.
And Ron, a thought occurred to me just now.
Yeah.
When we get the results that we want, Tom will actually go down in the history books.
Oh, you know what? You're right. That's correct. You will.
Care about any of that?
He says he doesn't care about any of that. But
No, but that's not the point.
For good or bad, yeah.
Yeah. Good, bad, or indifferent. Yeah. You got a good point there, Diego. All hooked up, ready to roll.
Yeah, that worked pretty good with just some bungee cords holding the
Yeah.
power cord on today instead of them zip ties. Makes it a lot easier on and off.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think if you put the brown one down first, and then the other one on top, I think and then just put the sign down. The chairs will sit there. That'll work good.
We got one empty can, and this one's
Right. Yeah, I see it.
got one more fill in it, but we're full now.
Right.
So we're good for 2, 3, 4 more.
Yep.
Let's have a gas pump here somewhere.
We'll shut the pump off.
Darlene says, "Thank you, Tom," from Facebook. You.
You know, it wasn't even a thought. As soon as my wife came and told me what you guys were doing, I said, I'm going with him. She's like, oh.
Yeah. David is with us from Oklahoma. Thank you. And then we got Abby coming out. Oh, whenever she puts her ears back, she's saying, "Okay, I'm gonna come and say hi." Don't forget his headlamp is on up there.
Man,
It was a
thanks
pleasure,
for joining
really.
us.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
See what tomorrow brings.
Well, I'll bet George's got a marker. We'll see if he's got a marker and get Tom to sign the shirt. Number 1 by it, so we know.
Well, we're gonna be here all day, so
My signature.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It was legible until I joined the Air Force. And after signing
After
all
signing.
the papers, I said, screw it.
Yes, I agree.
That's what happened there.
So what I want to do right now is I'm going to say, Diego, I'm going to flip the camera around here, and we're going to go ahead and bring an end to the day. I want to thank everybody as soon as this thing comes around.
Good to go. Yep. Powered up. Watered up.
Yeah, we're not coming around. We are having some issues. It won't switch. So it tells me we're pretty much done now. Go to the default. Okay, so Diego, I'm going to let you close it out for us here at day 17.
Thanks, Diego.
And
Hey,
and we've got Texas is in the house there too. I see you, Texas.
Good morning, guys.
The camera won't flip, so I got to just say, hey, hey, hey. So I'll let you close it out there, Diego, and thank you very much. So I say peace out to everybody, and we'll pick you up on day 18 for tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
well, everybody, you
So-
heard the man. Day 17 is in the books. They made it there, and everybody is in very good spirits. And on that note, like always, peace to all of you, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.